What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome back to some Dungeon Defenders 2. We are making our way through Chaos 8 Mastery, and next up is the Buried Bastille. On this one, we have to survive all waves, build no blockades, no defenses sold or destroyed, complete all phases with 10 or more different defenses, and earn all stars in the same attempt. Now, this complete all phases with 10 or more defenses seems quite common in Chaos 8. We're getting this one a lot. To be honest with you, it almost feels like it's overused a little bit, as it's really not a huge challenge, as you can just kind of throw defenses around in an area that you're not even going to use, and then just maximize the lanes where you're at for the maximum amount of power that you have in your kit to clear all the packs. But this particular map should be no problem, as we've got 2,000 DU to work with, so just a crazy amount of defense units. Now for this one, we are going to bring along some skeletal archers. Imagine that. I'm not sure yet, but I may throw in a Ramster as well. We're going to bring a Frostbite Tower and Earth Shatter Towers. We're going to use Proton Beams for that Petrify combo to provide the poison with the Earth Shatter. We're going to throw some Reflect Beams in, some Buff Beams for our Archers and Towers, and then on the Monk, we're going to bring the full enchilada. So we're going to use some Flame Auras, we're going to use some Boost Auras, Skyguard Towers, Lightning Strike Auras, and that, if I use all of those defenses, is actually 11 defenses, so it's one more than I need. So I may not use the Ramster. Still not positive there yet. But let's go ahead and get things started, and we're going to start things off with a big old buff beam, just say right about here. Now, we're going to use this buff beam to take care of the flyer lane and the ground lane. So, you know what, let's go ahead and put one of those Ramsters down, just to get that defense down and out of the way. We're just going to throw one Ramster like that for the ground lane, and then we're going to throw in some archers. Now, the archers I'm going to place so that they are, one side of the archer is hitting the ground lane, other side is going to hit the flying lane. So we're going to double dip on these archers a little bit. Let's put say 5 of them. Very nice. Now on the back side of this, just to close things out, because we know we do have 2 flyer lanes down here, we're going to go ahead and throw down a Skyguard Tower just for giggles right at the end, and then behind that even, we're going to go with our Earth Shatter. So let's get an Earth Shatter right down on the back side of it there. So we've got a nice array of defenses, but let's continue to grow on that. And let's get a Reflect Beam down right here to handle any flyer lanes. How do we want to do this? I think just one Reflect Beam right across would be just fine. And then we want to look at the range or where we want things being crowd controlled. And we see the archer range is like just past the end of this rail. So right here, I think, is where we want to put in our proton beams. So we're going to go ahead and do with the big double V here to get just maximum coverage on these proton beams, and twice as many procs for the freeze. So we'll have no problems getting enemies poisoned up. And then what else? Well, I mean, we know we're going to have to use a Flame Aura and a Lightning Strike Aura, but where do we want to put it? I'm thinking we might be able to put that up here just to assist with the flyers, perhaps. Up on top of this? I'm not sure how effective that's going to be, but it is an option. Let's see, we can go with like a Flame Aura there, a Lightning Strike Aura, say, can we get it up here? There we go, a Lightning Strike right there. And then all we have left, from the Monk's kit anyway, is a Boost Aura. So we can throw a Boost Aura down here to make sure everything is good and boosty. Now, we spent a butt ton of DU, so we're going to have to really be careful in the other lanes and not to overspend. But if you look, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, and 10. So we've got our 10 that we need in place now, just from this one area. And we can do whatever we want everywhere else. So good stuff there. Now let's go ahead and move right on up to this lane. We're going to go with, let's start off with the buff beam again. And we'll go with a buff beam, just say straight across here. And we will throw in some archers. Once again, we're going to double dip on the archers. We've got 2 lanes right here. Let's make sure each side is getting hit. Now, these archers, of course, are going to spew arrows into the top of the stairs, but as enemies make it to the very top of the stairs, they should be handled without any problems. So we're going to go ahead and archer it up right here. Now, we all know on this lane, this is another one of those lanes where enemies like to throw right from spawn. So hex throwers here will destroy that core. Just going to happen. So we're going to go ahead and throw down a reflect beam. Do we want to go one all the way across to protect the archers too? I think we'll be alright. I think we can just go right here at the core. So let's just get one little reflect right there to handle protecting the core. And then what else? I mean, well, we can get some CC down here if we want. We actually didn't even use our frostbite, so we can get our frostbite down maybe to give us a little bit of crowd control right here. And then additionally, the proton beams. The protons are just such good CC. We can just like put like a hard line of proton beams maybe, and just go like 1 proton right across there. And then same thing here, go with like 1 proton just right here. Now, in this top area, once again, we're going to want to protect it just to be safe. Now, normally, if hex throwers are going to throw from this lane, they normally will throw at the bottom core. But this is mastery mode, we don't want to take any risks, so we're going to put a reflect beam there anyway. And then same thing on this lane, 1 more reflect beam just to make sure we got things handled. Now here we can double dip also. So where do we want to put them though? We can go with a buff beam. Where do we want the buff beam? I'm thinking we just go with it like right across here. And then we can get some archers down, double dipping on both of those lanes. Now on this one I think I'm going to use a Earth Shatter as well. So let's go, let's get 4 archers in. Something like this. Oops. Let's see. And then we'll throw an Earth Shatter, maybe headed up this way. Now, with the Earth Shatter in, it's only natural to get that poison combo going. So let's just go ahead and get another one of those large double V areas just to provide a real good chunk of crowd control right here. And everything should be well within archer range. Yeah, it's right at the edge of the archer range there. And looking pretty good, really. So I think we will be alright right there. Now, what else do we want? Well, I mean, we can get a little upfront killing in right here with some flame auras, but remember, when the spiders die, it's going to make the flame auras basically worthless. But we can do it anyway because we do have so much DU, so we can go something like that to give us a little bit of upfront damage, just AoE damage, just ticking around on the crowd. And then what do we want to do over here? Well, I mean, it's a flyer lane, right? It's only natural. I think we're going to want to put some sky guards down. Let's just go with 2 of them right here on the chain. We're going to spread these out pretty good, making sure they're hitting at different intervals. And the last but not least, we've got 400 to spend right here, which is going to be quite a ton. Let's go ahead and start off with, let's go with a buff beam right across here. Here we're going to waste one side of our archers, but let's go ahead and just get, well, we'll go with 4 archers as well. We still got 200 left. Let's just go ahead and go with 5 archers then, I guess. Then we'll throw down a Earth Shatter Tower. Let's just maximize the amount of crowd control we have by throwing a Frostbite Tower in as well. And that leaves us 70 DU left. So we know we want proton beams up front. How do we want to do it here? Let's just go something like that. We will get a few mobs sneaking around the outside as they get pressed out. But that is going to leave us 30 left. And with 30, we can protect this stuff. with a reflect beam, and there we go. Now we got 400 DU left, and I can upgrade, right? Yeah, upgrading is not a problem. So the question here is, what do we want to prioritize? I think we're going to prioritize this lane, making this our strong lane. That way we don't have to run all the way across the map to get over here. So let's just go ahead and throw some upgrades around. We'll throw 2 upgrades on that one. And let's just call it good and see how it rolls. So here we go. Wave number 1 incoming. And we do want to keep an eye out for any of the dive bombers. Now I got 2 sky guards there, which should just wreck all of those dive bombers from that lane. And, you know, it looks like here nothing is even making it. I'm not getting as many arrows into the ground as I thought I was going to get. I thought there was going to be a little terrain difference. I guess it would be on the far side. I'm sure we'll get some arrows not quite making it to the target here, but we will find out. So far, they're clearing them pretty smooth, though. Now, taking a look at the mini-map. This one is a little hard to read because the map is so large. Things appear closer than they actually are on the mini-map. And we saw there was something. Looked like it was really close over there. I think that may have just been a skeleton, though. Let's just continue to let it fly. We'll get a little work in right here. So, I mean, this is where we're kind of parked, so might as well put some work in. You see those flame R's drop down to almost worthlessness pretty darn quick, but the webs are dissipating fairly quickly, so we're in good shape there. And the flyers over here, any dive bombers on this lane are going to be a little bit suspect, so we definitely want to be cautious on this far lane down here as well. Now, that is the other thing I'm going to do. I wanted to prioritize that far north lane and make it a strong lane. Next, I want to make this one a strong lane. So we're going to upgrade everything here and try to make it so that we just don't have to come down here at all. Oops, I just hit all the wrong things, didn't I? We'll throw some extra ups onto the Sky Guard. I think we're good right there. Let's just go ahead and let it fly. Now, we are going to want to get over to wherever a boss spawns, so I do want to watch for boss spawns. Additionally, the whole time, just watching the minimap and seeing what's getting pushed. Any lane that does appear to be getting pushed a little bit, then, of course, that's where you're going to want to prioritize your upgrades. For the moment, I'm just going to hang out here in the middle. Now, I do want to be close to one of these proton beams for when the assassins start coming, but we've got them just about everywhere, so we're in pretty good shape there. I think really the only challenge I'm going to have anywhere through Mastery Mode is ones that are 0 death with the Assassins. Of course, I could switch over and play a tankier hero or a hero that just is unkillable like the Barbarian, but I'm just not interested in playing a hero I don't want to play just because the game is trying to make me do that. So I'm going to tough it out on the Monk and just be a little bit smarter with how I handle the assassins and things like that. Assassins and roller rockets are about the only concern on those maps where it's instant death. And we're looking pretty darn solid. Now, we can continue to build our strong line philosophy, or our strong side philosophy, by going up here and upgrading this side as well. But now we're getting to the point of overkill, I think, as we've just got enough power out there to clear the map, no doubt. So we're going to throw a few upgrades around. Let's get this lane jacked up. And then we've got another 385. We can throw a couple of ups onto these Skyguard towers. Let's go ahead and drop 2 ups there. Let's go ahead and go 2 ups there as well. And see if there's any mana sitting over here. If we've got piles of mana sitting, we'll just dump it right into this lane. That way, once again, I don't want to have to run down to this side unless there's a boss. So, just go ahead and throw, well, we got one more upgrade out there, and let's just let it fly. Now, it's pretty smooth sailing here on this one, so no problems. Everything is going extremely well. The assassins will be coming here soon, and we'll want to be conscious of that. So, I'm just going to sit here and kind of frostfire it out in this spawn. And then when the assassins get to me, I'll have that proton beam here for the instant removal. Now, it would actually be better to go to pick a lane that has an Earth Shatter on it, though, wouldn't it? I didn't put an Earth Shatter down here, though. I almost wish I would have, just to help with the assassin removal. Remember, Earth Shatters will knock assassins off of you, so that's another huge benefit to the Earth Shatter Tower, besides the obvious being its extreme power and its Earth elements. We're getting it done, though. Nothing is making it dangerously close to a core anywhere. Like I said, the mini-map is a little tougher to read on this one. And here comes our assassins. Oh, they got me. But, once again, this was not a math where death was imminent. What I'll have to do on a map like that is just create an assassin killing area and just be prepared to stop there. Now, if that was Slakelion, I would be a little more aggressive with it. Since it was just a Plaguing Hawk, I know it's not going to respawn, so just ignored that guy altogether there. A few more skellies to burn away, and GG's there. So let's go ahead and jump on forward to wave number 5 and get this map all closed out. And here we go with wave number 5. Now, I admittedly did not do a very good job with setting up versus the assassins, so I think I'm going to focus on shifting up to this lane, as the assassins are just wrecking me. So I'm not doing a great job with setting up an assassin killing area on this one, but once again, it's one of those maps where death does not matter. There's 0 penalties, so I'm not going to sweat it too bad. And we're going to dump all of our available mana into this this central lane here this time. And then we are going to focus on fighting in this lane where we do have a ridiculously good assassin killing area. So we got the double proton beams, plus we got an Earth Shatter Tower here. You could take that one step further and go with a Geyser Trap. We'll knock assassins off of you. Of course, I've got Sparkle Party, but that's going to be just one-time use, as the assassins will get back to me very, very quickly if I stun them off of me. But, yeah, this should close it out good. Going to keep an eye on the minimap and what bosses we get. Of course, if we got a Drakenlord, we're going to have to go down and respond to it. But besides that, it's pretty smooth sailing. Just chillax it out right here. And when the assassins come, we will be able to get rid of them without any issue. Okay, so we got a Siege Roller. Looks like it's coming from that far lane. You see the assassin was just instant removal. So no problem there at all. We've got the entire... we've got an eternity to kill that Siege Roller. So no issue really getting down to it. I'm just going to kind of ignore it and let the lanes thin out a little bit more. Only 15 mobs left. I think we'll head on down now. And Slakelion we're just going to ignore, as he's just going to get completely demolished. And we just want to make sure we get our boost up prior to jumping into Roller Rocketville. And let's just bring the smackdown to that guy. And Roller down. And we got us a victory. So that is a look at a 5-star mastery run in the Buried Bastille. So 5 more stars under our belt and making our way through. So that will do it for this one. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see ya next time around. Take it easy.